Hey y'all, happy Friday. For our live premiere, today Meghan is the star of the show. I have three main topics. First, we have to get into Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, and Princess Lilibet Diana's two peas in a pod moment on Instagram right at the start of the year. After that, we have to talk about Lauren Cermak's style guide and her incredible article pulling tips and tricks from Meghan's style history. And then lastly, Town and Country and Emily Burak decided to compile a list of Meghan's top 15 outfits of 2025. We've got a lot to get into, so let's get started. Thank you for clicking on my video, and if you're returning, welcome back to my channel. Today I have three main topics centering Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, but before we get into it, if you haven't already, please don't forget to go ahead and like, subscribe, and share. This write-up is coming from Harper's Bazaar, written by Sophie Wang, and it's titled, Duchess Meghan and Princess Lilibet Share a Matching Mother-Daughter Dressing Moment, Two Peas in a Pod. This was published on January 3rd, so I am a few days behind. Happy New Year to the Sussexes, kicking off 2026 with a calming mood board declaring January a month of reset and rituals. Duchess Meghan shared a handful of photos of her sweet royal family to her As Ever Instagram page. In between shots of warm tea, fresh fruit, burning candles, and handwritten notes, the lifestyle brand's founder added personal glimpses into her private life, seen walking in the garden, holding Prince Harry's hand, and in a particularly adorable black and white image, carrying her daughter on her hip. Here is the photo. That's so cute. There's a lot to this grid as well. In the slightly out-of-focus snapshot, the 4-year-old Princess Lilibet accompanied her mother on a trip to the garden, wearing a flowy white dress and a straw sun hat that matched the Duchess's own. Meghan, carrying a wicker basket, pulled her hair back into a ponytail underneath her sun hat, pairing it with a simple white button-down shirt. That's Meghan. In a solo shot later in the swipe, she wore a similar piece with slouchy beige trousers, looking at peace amongst the flowers and greenery. It absolutely is a very serene scene. It's beautiful. This was not the first time that the little princess was seen helping her mother out in the garden. Back in May, Meghan shared a video of herself harvesting honey with her daughter, who twinned with her in a matching beekeeper suit, and her mom's two big gloves. Quote, harvesting honey with my little honey, the Duchess wrote. Like mother, like daughter. That is so cute. If you are using Instagram, I highly recommend following Meghan. She's at Meghan as well as Ever. Although both pages are similar, they do have the same aesthetic. They are not the same page and they don't post the same things. They've actually done a really great job of keeping them connected while not making them identical and giving you something different and a little unique with each page. So I do recommend following both if you're interested. Now, something I'll say about As Ever's page, year round, they have been year round. They're almost at a year, but year round, since I've been following them, they've been very serene, very calming. The energy is just very flow state. And that's actually how I prefer my content flow into my timeline. I am going to watch the news. I'm going to read the news. I'm going to be informed about what's going on in the world and around me. I'm also going to get my celebrity information and all of that stuff, the Hollywood stuff. I have a space for all of those things, but I don't necessarily always want those things to collide or to occur in the same space. When I am using social media, the purpose is to share or to learn more or to observe the people in my life or people who I'm interested in. And I prefer for that to be calm. I prefer for that to be serene. I want to know what you're eating for breakfast if you want to share. I want to know about your latest highlight. I want to know what you're working on. What is your goal? I want to see your family photos. So I like my social media to be calm, joyful, light energy, but not in your face. I'm not really looking for super high energy, high impact, extreme things. And I'm certainly not looking for doom scrolling. I like for my social media to be calm and paced and tempered, especially at the start of the year. I find it to be interesting that Meghan captioned that with reset and rituals, because that is absolutely how I end my year and how I start my year, as well as every month. I like to start with rituals at the top of the month. And then, of course, every year at the top of the year, I like for things to be consistent and calm and serene. And that is something that I definitely enjoy about As Ever's page, as well as other pages that offer that. I am one of those people who I harbor those quote pages and those prediction pages, and January, focus on this goal, and here's how you can get to it, and those encouraging pages. I'm a big fan of Neville Goddard and Dr. Joe Dispenza, and so you kind of get my energy. And I find that As Ever is easy on the palate. It is just easy on the psyche. Now, again, we will always need to know what's going on in the world. So for people who use social media for that, and they follow all the news and all that stuff through social media, you do your thing, not criticizing. But I'm saying for me, because I know I'm going to go seek it out, I don't necessarily need it in my face. When I use social media, I want to know what's going on with the people I'm interested in or I care about, or I want to feel good, at ease, chill. And As Ever does a great job of that. They've actually done a wonderful job of capitalizing on the tone of their product as well as Meghan's show, and then making it special for social media. So I don't feel like I'm just watching a long Instagram reel when I watch the Netflix show. And I don't necessarily feel like they're posting just to get me to buy something, if that makes sense. I feel like they're posting because they organically want to share these things and infuse joy and serenity into whoever is watching. I cannot tell you enough how much better my days have been now that I've reduced my social media use, but also I've been very clear and very strategic about what type of social media I consume, especially subconsciously. And that starts with, if I'm just going to be scrolling just because I'm bored, I'm going to give myself a time limit to do so. I'm going to give myself about 10, maybe 15 minutes to do so in one sitting. And I set my timer on my phone and it'll tell me, all right, it's time to wrap it up. Go find something to do. But if I am scrolling, I want to make sure that the things that I'm ingesting feel good, sights and sounds and images. I want them to be serene or calm or just at least interesting, but I definitely don't want to see a bunch of triggering things. It's kind of weird how social media has essentially done away with trigger warnings. I mean, that kind of happened in the last year, maybe two. I remember at one point, it was standard practice to say, hey, this is a graphic image, or this is a hostile topic, or a very triggering topic, or something that may cause discomfort. Proceed with consciousness, or proceed with consideration to that. And now they will literally just put a blown off head in a photo right next to an ad for a sweater. And it is a lot. So I say that to say, pages like As Ever, pages like Meghan's page, I prefer mine, even my social media. I've been very conscious about posting things and being very conscious about the color palette and the sounds that I'm associating with my usage, etc. And it just has to be easeful. I think that's the best word, especially at the top of the year. And especially right now, we are in some chaotic times. I don't want to be ingesting that from every screen and every source in my life. That's just not fun. And so I feel like this grid is just a great representation of what As Ever as a social media has to offer. It's just very easeful. I love the photos of the candles. I love the photos of the flowers. And sometimes when I do scroll past not only this page, but other pages like it, it'll remind me to do something that brings beauty into my home every day. I've been making a mission to try to bring something beautiful into my home, or create something beautiful in my home every single day. It has been a fun task, and it has caused me to get pretty creative. For example, I had a notebook that I've been writing in, just like little ideas that I have, or I got to make a note, a grocery list, or whatever. And the notebook is just cute. It's just a regular canvas cover. It was just like a very generic notebook. So I went down to the craft room in my building, and I decided to design the front cover of the notebook. And so I put some music on. I put a movie on the screen. I think it was Passport to Paris with Mary-Kate and Ashley. That's what they had. So I streamed that and I created. And then it ended up being like 5 of us in there just drawing and painting. And we're all adults. Like, all of us look to be over 30. And we're sitting at this long craft table. None of us know each other. Like, they all walked in separately, and we all just happened to migrate to the same table. And there's 10 tables in that room. And we were all coloring and watching Passport to Paris. And then finally I broke the silence by saying, y'all, we are living a millennial dream. And everyone just started laughing like, oh my God, yes. I swear to you, it was the most fun moment, but I would not have had that moment without that goal. So anyway, I shared that to say, when I scroll past pages like this, I'm like, did you pick flowers today? Or did you water your flowers today? Did you wipe down your peace lily leaves? Like, are you doing something that makes your home better or more beautiful? And I think that's my primary use of social media is to bring beauty into my life. That's a great way to do, keep up with people, but bring beauty into my life in another form. So anyway, I thought it was beautiful that not only is As Ever always creating that nice and easeful and fun and beautiful aesthetic, but that she allows her family to be part of that. And sparingly, we know that Meghan and Harry are both very protective of not only their children, but just their life in general, as they should be. They have every reason to be. But I love that even with that same protection and even with that same consideration and consciousness, we still get to be present with them in that way, and they still feel free to share in a way that's conscious. And I think that's a great example of how you can use social media to connect without overusing social media. Circling back to the conversation we had yesterday for the Oprah Daily book launch that Gayle King hosted with Jonathan Haidt and Catherine Price, that Harry and Meghan both dropped in on to chat about, online safety and technology safety, the practices that you can deploy to keep things safe while still getting an opportunity to use them to connect and learn and have fun. Everything in moderation. So anyway, As Ever is a wonderful example of that. If you're wondering, how can I use social media in a way that doesn't overexpose myself or my family, but still lets me share what's beautiful to me or what I enjoy, and gives me an opportunity to receive that from others. I think As Ever is a really great path forward. Their page is done really well. I would love to get more info on who's managing that. Is it Meghan herself? I'm sure she has a team, but I'm wondering who's managing that. It's beautiful. Anyway, those are my thoughts on this topic. I think it's so cute that Meghan and Lily are walking in the garden, and what beautiful memories to create with your mom. Oh, wow. What a beautiful, beautiful memory to create for your child, and beautiful memories to have of your mom when you're older. So anyway, you guys let me know. Do you follow As Ever? Now, I will say this too. I'm signed up for their newsletter. That's how I find out about product drops super early. And I haven't missed a product drop since the first one because I signed up for the newsletter. I've been on my game. So thanks to As Ever for keeping me looped in. But do you guys follow As Ever? And if so, what do you think about their aesthetic? Do you feel the same as I? Let me know in the comment section below.
I love when a guest comes, they walk into the room, what do you welcome them with? A beautiful gift basket at the foot of the bed, have slippers out, have a candle lit, all the cozy comforts that really show that you want them to have a wonderful time.
Our next topic is coming to us from Lauren Cermak. Her website, by Lauren Cermak, put together this incredible style guide from Meghan herself. She starts with a quote saying, "Women who have understood fashion and style for so long have always known it's not about having more pieces, it's about having the right pieces. I could not agree more." It starts by saying, while every move and statement from Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, has become nothing short of polarizing, there is one thing that has not: her fashion. Meghan's effortless, quiet California luxury style is the perfect blend of understated elegance and relaxed sophistication. Rooted in minimalist silhouettes, neutral palettes, and timeless tailoring, her wardrobe balances polished refinement with a laid-back West Coast sensibility. Casual button-downs, relaxed straight-leg jeans, and easy knits define her signature look, paired effortlessly with polished flats and delicate gold jewelry. Whether in a laid-back shirt and jeans or a feminine power suit, her style exudes modern minimalism with an air of effortless luxury. Embracing high-quality fabrics, clean lines, and a less-is-more approach, Meghan's unfussy aesthetic is an ode to quiet confidence, proving once again that true sophistication lies in simplicity. Here, you'll find 8 staples of Meghan's style and an array of pieces from multiple price points to get the look. I love when people do that because not everybody can afford the exact piece, but having something similar to kind of try and use that as inspiration to create your own look from the inspiration is the name of the game. Neutral knits. Often opting for monochromatic dressing, Meghan embraces neutral knits as a signature to her style. From soft cashmere sweaters to tailored knit dresses, her approach to knitwear is both refined and relaxed, embodying her quiet luxury aesthetic. Favoring shades of camel, ivory, and beige, she effortlessly pairs these cozy yet polished pieces with wide-leg trousers, tailored skirts, sleek coats, or minimal accessories for a look that is both modern and timeless. Whether in a classic turtleneck or an oversized jumper, Meghan's neutral knits exude understated sophistication, proving that true style lies in simplicity, quality, and effortless refinement. If you, like Meghan, are a high-low shopper, look to spend more on long-lasting, quality knits while spending less elsewhere. Their versatility is unmatched. That's actually something that I've embarked on. Many of you know I did an overhaul last year of my closet and got rid of everything that was from a different time. As Ramek would say, it's from a different place and a different time. Things that were no longer in according to my look. I don't really shop based on trends, but I do have eras where moments where I'm willing to take certain chances, or I had a vision at the time, and then on the other side, I'm like, girl, what the heck were you doing? So I got rid of those pieces and those shoes, and I got rid of a lot of things that just either no longer fit, or I just knew I wasn't going to ever get around to wearing it or figuring out what to do with it. And I ended up with 3 giant tubs of clothes folded, very flat as well. And I did the same with my husband for his stuff. He had a tote of his own, and then we got rid of shoes and bags, and we donated it. And we make it a thing every year to find who to donate the big stuff at the end of the year to. And so we got them to come and pick it up, and it cleared out so much space. Hopefully they found a home elsewhere, and those people are enjoying those things or figured out what to do with them like I couldn't. But now I'm focused more on quality, less stuff, higher quality, better quality. And then also getting creative with how to change it the next time I wear it. So I'm kind of returning back to that format. And I'm leaning very far out of overconsumption. So I completely agree with Lauren Cermak. And I also love the neutral knits, because if you are going to try and rework things, neutral is always in. Neutral palettes are always in. So seasonally, you can wear them year round, find something to do with them year round. They don't look out of place necessarily. And so in a place like Texas we have seasons, contrary to what people believe, they just all happen in the same week all year long. That's the thing. So we have all the seasons all the time is the problem. And so having neutral knits here, especially high quality fabrics that I can wear year round, because it may be December and 85 degrees, or it could be April and it could be ice cold. So I got to be ready. I got to stay ready. The only thing that Texas has clearly defined is summer. Summer is going to be summer, and it's going to summer all summer long. But then outside of that, it likes to shake it up. So having neutral knits with high quality fabric is important, because then I know I'm always going to have something appropriate to wear no matter what the weather decides to do. And she does think on her own. Button-down shirts. The button-down shirt is no doubt a staple of Meghan's effortlessly chic wardrobe, embracing its timeless versatility and sophistication. Often opting for crisp white, soft blue, or striped variations, she styles them with everything from tailored trousers and live-in denim to structured blazers and flowing skirts, creating looks that are both polished and approachable. Whether casually rolled up at the sleeves for a relaxed feel or neatly tucked for a more refined look, her button-downs embody her signature at-ease aesthetic. I could not agree more. Now, this is one of the button-downs that have not gotten nearly enough love from me. Now, y'all know I love all of the Fashion with Love Meghan, and both seasons as well as the holiday celebration. We talked about my favorite looks from those, but I didn't get to spend nearly enough time with this one. I love everything about this look. I also like that she had her hair pulled up in this shot, but I like the way that she wore this. I like how she has the collar. Now, I'm not a daring person when it comes to my collars, but that's actually something I've noticed Meghan does quite well, where she'll roll the back of the collar and give the front of it a little bit more of a structure, and kind of have it raised a little bit. And I am just iron the collar flat, keep it crisp, and never touch it. Like, I could afford to really get more creative with that. But again, those are things that as time moves on, I'll try things more here and there. I also like that while this is tucked in, it is pulled out a little bit to give her some room, and then rolled up here. This is oversized clearly so that she can be comfortable. And when you are cooking, you are not wanting to be super restrictive with your clothing. You need to be able to move around, especially when you're lugging around giant pots like this. It's giant. That's like a standard size pot. But the point is, you don't want to be uncomfortable when you're cooking in the kitchen, especially with the changing temperatures. This is the perfect, it's very crisp, very put together, but the perfect outfit to be comfortable and chic. And here's the variations of button downs. Now, I gotta be honest, I am partial to a soft blue or striped button down. I have maybe 10 striped button downs, all kinds of colors, all different fabrics. I love a good button down. You're just never gonna get me to say no to that. Speaking of, we recently saw Meghan rewear this necklace in that virtual sit down at the book launch yesterday. How cute. 3. Easy denim. Seamlessly blending classic tailoring with casual ease, Meghan's choice in denim effortlessly elevates jeans into a symbol of polished yet relaxed sophistication. Often opting for straight leg, sleek skinny, or cropped denim in timeless washes of mid, black, or crisp white, she styles them with button-down shirts, tailored blazers, or cozy neutral knits for a refined yet approachable look. Whether paired with pointed toe pumps for an elevated touch or sleek flats and loafers for every day, Meghan's denim choices reflect her signature aesthetic. Her ability to make jeans look both effortless and elegant proves that true style isn't about formality, it's about confidence, comfort, and embracing simplicity. Number 4, wide leg trousers. Embracing wide leg trousers as a staple of her effortless, polished aesthetic, Meghan often opts for tailored styles in neutral tones like ivory, camel, and black, pairing them with crisp button-downs, sleek turtlenecks, or casual knits for a look that exudes refined minimalism. Whether styled with pointed toe pumps for a lengthened silhouette or flats for understated ease, Meghan's wide leg trousers prove that comfort and sophistication can coexist beautifully in everyday dressing at all price points. When I worked in an office, trousers were some of my faves because I could sit down all day and I could stand up knowing that they weren't going to be wrinkled when I stood up. I could also sit in positions that helped me to stretch out. I also like to do little stretches throughout the day when I worked in an office because I was sitting and I wanted to make sure that I was getting good circulation. I was moving my body a little bit. And sometimes when I wore like skinny jeans or if I wore tailored pants, I couldn't really move that well. It was restrictive. And so wide leg trousers helped me to stay in motion all day and feel comfortable doing that. But then on top of that, they just always look nice. I love wide leg trousers when I know I'm going to be eating a lot. That is a staple for me. Every holiday, I get a nice, clean pair of wide leg trousers of some kind so that I can eat guilt-free and I know that I'm not going to be misshapen or uncomfortable. But also a lot of times when I'm going to be eating a lot, especially at holidays, I'm usually sitting and I like to sit cross-legged, or like crisscross applesauce. So I like to do that in wide leg trousers because it doesn't look weird and it doesn't make me feel weird because it's not restrictive. So they serve a lot of purposes outside of just being really nice and always in style. So I absolutely agree with this style tip. What do y'all think? Let me know. Number 5, feminine power suiting. If you take a look back through previous royal engagements and more professional settings, you'll note how Meghan has redefined the female power suit, effortlessly blending strength and sophistication with a soft, modern edge. Often opting for sleek, tailored blazers and wide leg or slim cut trousers, she embraces her usual minimalist palette of white, beige, black, or navy, elevating the classic suit with more feminine cuts, delicate blouses, silk camisoles, or crisp button-downs. Her styling, whether with pointed toe pumps for polished refinement or loafers for relaxed elegance and minimal jewelry, exudes quiet confidence and timeless grace. By balancing sharp tailoring with femininity, Meghan's power suits prove that strength isn't just in structure, but in soft poise. Number 6, delicate gold jewelry. Meghan's approach to jewelry is the epitome of her style, embracing minimalism with a touch of sentimentality. Often favoring thin gold bands, dainty necklaces, and more subtle hoop or stud earrings, her jewelry choices add a refined, effortless touch to her looks without overpowering them. She gravitates toward timeless, meaningful pieces such as zodiac pendants, engraved pieces, and symbolic rings, often layering them in a way that feels personal and effortless. Whether complementing a tailored power suit, or a flowing dress, Meghan's delicate gold jewelry highlights her intention with the thoughtful details. Number 7, chic flats and sandals. Meghan's love for chic flats and sandals perfectly complements her effortless polished aesthetic, blending comfort with refinement. Often opting for sleek ballet flats, structured loafers, or minimalist leather sandals, she gravitates towards neutral tones like beige, black, and camel, ensuring versatility and timeless appeal. Whether styled with wide leg trousers, breezy dresses, or classic denim, her favorite footwear choices go to prove that style doesn't always require towering heels. Meghan's embrace of practical yet polished footwear reflects her approach, meeting simplicity with quality and ease. Number 8, laid back beauty. Known for her laid-back beauty, Meghan embraces a natural glow that enhances rather than hides her features. She has long favored fresh, polished skin, soft neutral tones, and subtly defined eyes, often opting for lightweight foundation, touch of bronzer, and her signature nude or rosy lip. Her hair reflects this same effortless approach, whether in loose waves, a sleek ponytail, or her signature face-framing low bun. Her style always feels polished yet relaxed. Even through her royal wedding, Meghan's beauty philosophy stays rooted in simplicity, confidence, and embracing natural radiance with a touch of understated glamour. This style guide from Lauren Cermak was actually my introduction to her. I had never heard of her website by Lauren Cermak before, so I am doing a mini deep dive and taking a look. And if I find anything else Harry and Meghan related, I'll be sure to share. But as far as the style guide, Lauren Cermak nailed it. I actually appreciate that she took the time to really dissect Meghan's aesthetic, her style, her fashion, her beauty, but also her style principles, the things that she leans into, her values when it comes to presenting herself to the world. I love that she took the time to do that, and it tells me that she was doing so with good intent. Recently, I read an article that was actually praising Meghan's style and fashion as it shone through on With Love Meghan holiday celebration, but then there was this very small to them, kind of a big deal to me, this caveat. And it felt like they were saying, in spite of her unusual aesthetic, she did a wonderful job with her outfits and her decorations and her food and her presentation on holiday celebration. But every other time it's boring. And that was the message. Now, I could be wrong and I could be being hypersensitive, but a few people also said they got where I was coming from with that, because the article started off glowing, but then they started using the word beige. Now, at first it was in reference to color palette or color spectrum, and they were saying that Meghan's typical look is beige, more neutral, more natural tones. And yes, that is true. She does like creams, whites, ivories, beiges. Yes, that's great. But then they started to use beige in places where color wasn't necessary. And I started to realize it was becoming more of a pejorative, an indictment almost. And I was not okay with that. And as always, I am not going to be quiet about something. If I have a microphone in front of me, I'm not looking for something to be upset about, but I absolutely will speak my mind, positive, negative, what have you, because I do think it's good to give constructive feedback, especially when you are discussing a real human being. And I felt just because you may want big, bold, bright colors and textures and fabrics and lights and all kinds of stuff in your home, and you have every right to do that. And hey, invite me for a good time. That sounds fun to me. If that's your aesthetic, great. Someone might call that gaudy. Someone might say that's overbearing, overpowering. What are you covering up? Is there a lack of soul here? This feels like overconsumption times 10. There's a lot of criticisms that anyone can say about any damn thing. It doesn't mean we have to look for something to say. Because Meghan's aesthetic is more natural and neutral. And again, you have to keep in mind her show is tied into her aesthetic. It's definitely a product of her. She put her soul into what she does. That's what makes it authentic. So yes, there will be synergy and there will be synchronicities between her brand, her show, and then her typical style, because it's presented from her and of her, because she's authentic. She didn't create a persona to put on screen. She didn't create a persona to put into her as ever. She said, I'm going to bring you me in different formats. And that is why it connects with people. But some people don't like that. And I'm not going to make this about them, but this person was using beige as a pejorative, almost as an indictment. And she continued to say, we know Meghan's typical look is beige music, beige food. And I said, now, if you were lucky enough to have tasted Meghan's food, good for you. But no one I've ever seen take a bite of Meghan's food has said it was bland. But more or less, they've never said it was beige, because that would be a color that wouldn't make any sense. That's not a taste. You can't taste beige. And if you can, go call a neurologist. Something's wrong. And so I realized she was trying to be catty while praising Meghan, which was, again, so weird. The reason I bring that up here is because Lauren Cermak did a wonderful job of recognizing what's special about Meghan's authentic preferences and her authentic style and her unique ability to bring neutral and natural tones and to even rewear pieces, but keep them fresh, keep them new, keep them polished, easeful, but also stylish. She's not chasing a fad or a trend. She's being herself. And we've seen that self and that style and that aesthetic evolve over the years, but we've always seen it consistent because it's consistently rooted in her authenticity. And when people don't understand that, when people think you have to come out with eras, Well, if Meghan's not making albums, and she's not out here making albums or shows or things like that that have to be marked by time and have to be chronological, etc., she has no need to become an era. She's not a host of her life. She's living her life. So she doesn't have to say, this is my red era. This is my lemonade era. This is my... How about we just let the woman be human? And she presents to the world authentically, and she should be safe enough to do that. And we should receive her in that way and in that light. We don't have to look for something to criticize. Something that I love about Lauren Cermak is that she recognized the beauty in Meghan being authentic and being true to herself, and the dainty and the effortless way that Meghan likes to present herself. She doesn't have to try hard. One of the more unique things that she said, or one of the more interesting things that she said in the blog, were about the jewelry. When she said in the gold jewelry, she doesn't have to wear overstated pieces. There's nothing wrong with the statement piece, but she doesn't have to overdo it or overpower herself with jewelry. She wears high quality pieces, and she wears them in ways that is appropriate. It doesn't take away from what she's wearing. It enhances it. And that has been the message all along. Accentuate what's already there and do so authentically. I think she nailed Meghan's style. And I think this is the perfect response, even though I know this isn't response to that other article, but I do think this is the perfect landing spot when you have seen an article like the other one that's like, Meghan wears beige. Or you can look at it as, Meghan wears beige. This is part of her style. This is one of the colors. She likes natural and neutral tones. She doesn't have to overdo it. She doesn't have to distract you with a bold pattern or a bold color, although Mama will get bold from time to time. But she likes to accentuate what's authentic to her and what's already there. And there is nothing wrong with that. There is beauty in the simplicity of things. There's complexity in simplicity as well, but there's beauty in simplicity. And if that isn't your takeaway, then you have not been paying attention. You can like Meghan's style, or you can say it's not for me and recognize it's not about you, it's about her. But you can also say, not everything is made for me. I think when people meet these types of moments with entitlement, they'll always find something wrong with it. They'll always find something negative to say because they haven't quite recognized the point or matured enough to recognize that not everything's about them. Am I sitting here in a beige t-shirt with a logo from a brand that I don't work for on it? Yeah, because they gave it to me when I bought my car and I wear it all the time. If someone saw me right now, would they say, Sharion looks a hot mess? Yeah, but I'm also at home and comfortable, and I wouldn't trade this t-shirt in this moment for anything in the world because it's authentic to me. So if that's beige, then damn it, I'm beige. So anyway, Lauren Cermak, you did a wonderful job. This entire blog is linked in the description box below under sources. You guys let me know, what did you think of her style tips? And to top it off, this is how she ended this blog post. I thought it was so cute. I love people who do their homework. I thought this was so cute. For our last topic, Town & Country compiled a list of Meghan's top 15 outfits from 2025. Now, I don't know why 15 caught me off guard. I could see 5, 10, or even 20, but I guess there were 15 that they could not decide which one was leaving, and they were must-haves on the list, and here we are. Now, this was sent to me by a viewer, but I haven't gotten their response yet with permission to shout them out, so identify yourself in the comments if you would like to, and once I get your email, I will update the description box with your shout-out. Now, this first look starts us off strong. Statement Balenciaga. Now, we know this is her first look from her appearance at Paris Fashion Week. The caption reads, Meghan made her first Fashion Week appearance in over a decade in October, attending the Balenciaga show in Paris. For the occasion, she wore a dramatic cream cape over a coordinating shirt and trousers. Love this look. I have several videos dedicated to this look, as well as the complimentary black one. You guys know how I feel. Let me know what you think of them starting off the list this strong. For her last look at Invictus 2025, Meghan kept warm in a black Aritzia puffer, Sorel snow boots, and Moncler hat with Miu Miu sunglasses. I love this look. Clearly, they compiled this list and they are a big fan of black and white. And not only did I like this trench puffer, that definitely got people talking. I thought the whole outfit worked, and I love the cream boots. She could have easily gone with black or white. I love that she chose cream. But my favorite part about all of her appearances at Invictus 2025 was how her hair shined and was just so bold and beautiful, and the color dimension looked so good against that snow. What do y'all think about this entry on the list? For the next entry, they chose this beautiful tan linen suit that Meghan wore to Time 100 when she was a keynote speaker in April of last year. It says Meghan arrived at the Time 100 summit in April in an oversized linen suit by Ralph Lauren. We just talked about the impact of these beautiful wide leg trousers. I love that the suit is a tad bit oversized, but it's fitted so well. But then that the button down is form fitting. I thought that was a really great contrast. You guys let me know, what do you think of the entry on the list? Now, this is one of my favorite looks. I love navy blue, but I also love the wide leg pants and the platform boots. It's giving a little bit of an ode to the 70s, but in a more contemporary way. I love it so much. They are so coordinated in this. I like that they're not matchy-matchy, but they are absolutely coordinated. And Prince Harry is rocking a mean Chelsea boot. They both look great. This is another one from Invictus. It says Meghan wore a navy Laligne sweater, Veronica Beard jeans, and black Stuart Weitzman boots. What do y'all think of this look? The next entry on the list is captioned, "While speaking at Fortune's Most Powerful Women Summit in Washington, D.C., Meghan opted for an ivory silk Gabriella Hearst blouse and a matching pencil skirt by Brochu Walker. Notably, she accessorized with custom Dior sandals she had made for Prince Archie's 2019 christening. Gorgeous all around. I love this look so much, and I also think the length of the skirt is perfect. It makes her legs look long while also still being very comfortable, clearly because she was sitting comfortably in that chair, but also you have enough leg to where you can really appreciate the shoe. Everything about this look was stunning. What do y'all think? Let me know. Now, we do have a total of 15 looks on this list, but I have already kept you for quite enough time. So I linked this article in the description box below under sources for you to check it out as well. But the last look we're going to discuss today is obviously Meghan's incredible look from Project Healthy Minds. It says, for the Project Healthy Minds World Mental Health Day Gala, Meghan chose a double chain link necklace from Anine Being. She also accessorized with earrings from Guzema, a Ukrainian brand, and she paired this with no undershirt, a black blazer, pants, and heels. Both of them looked fabulous. Y'all let me know what you think of this last look that we're going to discuss today. There are other looks on this list, so feel free to check out the article and it's linked below. Thank you so much for watching the SharionSade YouTube channel. I appreciate you watching my content. If you haven't already, please don't forget to go ahead and like this video by hitting the thumbs up. Please don't forget to subscribe by hitting the subscribe button. And don't forget to comment along the way. If you feel so inclined, please don't forget to share so that more people can find us. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Now let's get back to the video. That is all I have for y'all today. I hope you enjoyed today's live premiere. If you haven't already, please don't forget to go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel, and feel free to share so that more people can find us. And I will see y'all next time. Bye.